Good morning to our educators who are present, and it is my honor to present to you my topic assigned, which is design and crafting of innovative learning materials. And allow me to congratulate the proponent of this training program as well as the school head who really initiate the activity, the activity in ensuring that learning materials are available and whatever be scarcity, can be developed in today's lecture. My topic is all about designing and crafting of innovative learning materials. Session, our objectives are the following: to redefine learning resources, its purposes, and classification. And the second one will be to be familiarized or to familiarize ourselves in the technical specifications of selected learning materials and its body element. Ang laging katanungan ay, bakit ba't na kinakailangan natin gumamit ng learning materials when we are providing instruction, when we are providing lesson to our learners? And on that note, we have to consider the needs and benefits of providing learning materials to our learners. We want to ensure that lessons will be interesting to our learners, as well as we look into how easy learning process will take place. And we would like to ensure that the available time will be maximized. We can utilize it. That's why mahalaga na gumagamit tayo ng mga learning materials for us to be able that our learners will be engaged, that our process of providing instruction to our learners will be easy for them, at the same time to maximize the utilization of the time intended. And according to research, when we are providing learning materials to our learners, there is a great impact or there is an increase in the academic performance of the learners as compared to those learners with no learning materials being provided by the teachers. The following learning resources that you can able to utilize when you are teaching the subject. In a nutshell, when we are using learning resources, we ensure that our students are fully engaged in their learning. And we want that their learning experience be more fun. It doesn't mean na pag sinabi natin learning should be fun, ay talagang fun lang yung mangyayari sa kanila. They are just going to enjoy. Because at the end, we look into how is the level of mastery obtained by the learners. For the use of the learning materials, saan ba natin siya ginagamit? Now, when we are dealing with learning materials, primarily, gamit natin ang mga learning materials or the learning resource through instruction. Kapag tayo ay nagtuturo, gumagamit tayo ng learning materials. Or if we identify gaps, we provide learning materials addressing learning gaps. Kaya meron tayong remediation. Or meron din tayong cases that we want to enhance the mastery of the learners or the obtained competency, we want to enhance it. Kaya ginagamit din natin ang mga materials for enhancement as well as for consolidation. And primarily, etong gamit ng learning materials ay mahalaga. Mahalaga in a sense that we want to really provide quality education to our learners. The access to quality education supported by the learning materials should be evident not only in senior high school, Alima, or or Bacoor Elementary School, but also in the other public and private institution. So, relative to learning materials, meron tayong mga classifications ng learning materials. We do have the print, we have the non-print, we have manipulatives, we have diorama, or we can also have the realia. Pag-usapan natin, ano ba yung mga bumubuo sa print materials? Sa print materials, we do have the modules, we do have the SIM. Actually, modules and SIM, they are the same, but generally speaking, SIM is a module. Okay, we just want to emphasize what SIM is from the typical modules. Then we do have the lesson exemplar, we have the workbook, we have the worksheet or the learning activity sheets, we have the handouts, and we do have the reading materials. These are for print materials, but you can also convert it into a digital copy. On the other hand, when we talk about the non-print, we do have the film, we have the video recorded instructional materials, we have the video assisted instructional materials, we have the slide decks. These are all non-print materials. And other than print and the non-print, we do have manipulatives and we do have diorama or realia. Mahalaga na malaman din natin yung ano ba yung guidelines or specifications when we are crafting learning resources or learning materials. Okay? Ano ba yung ating dapat tandaan? When we are going to develop materials for instruction, definitely we have to consider three things. Number one, content. Okay, number two, the language, and number three, we do have the layout and design. So these three components are important when we are going to develop instructional materials. Regardless kung yan ay printed materials, kung yan ay non-print materials, manipulatives, or diorama, we really have to consider these three things, no? The content, the language, the layout and design. Kasi ito yung ating magiging guide when we are developing materials as well as for the evaluators, ito rin yung kanilang titingnan, yung content, yung language, at saka yung layout and design. With regard to content, ano ba yung mga dapat nating tatandaan? When we are going to develop instructional materials, una dapat nating tingnan ano yung learning competency. Kasi yung learning competency, yun yung mag-guide sa ating development team, sa ating writer, kung ano yung magiging nilalaman noong material. Remember that when we are writing our lesson plan, when we are developing our lesson plan, ang lagi natin tinitingnan ay ano muna ang competency na ating ituturo. Because the flow of the lesson and the content of the lesson is what is being, or the content of the lesson should be aligned to the learning competency. Okay? Now, we also have the instructional design and organization. Instructional design and organization. Kasi nga, we do have the variation of different print materials, non-print materials, manipulatives, diorama. Iba-iba kasi yung components niya. Na dapat nating titingnan. In terms of instructional quality of text and visuals, titingnan naman natin dito yung technical specifications. Kasi meron tamang font style, may tamang font size, okay? Merong gina-justified natin. We have also to follow context about the manual of writing, okay? The social content, yan. And then we also have the assessment, but not all learning materials or instructional materials na ginagamit natin ay mayroong assessment. There are learning materials na mayroong assessment, mayroon namang walang assessment. Then the readability of the materials. And then the third-party content, if gumagamit tayo ng mga article, o kaya naman ay passage, o kaya naman storybook, we really have to cite sino ang author, saan siya nakita, yung publication, yung page, yung year, and others. Then the referencing and source citation. Dito naman nakapasok na kinakailangan isulat natin kung ano yung ating source ng information, and we have to use the Chicago Manual of Style. As to the language, okay, ang titingnan naman natin dito yung coherence and clarity of thought, the grammar and syntax, spelling and punctuation, consistency and style. With regard to the layout and design, ang titingnan naman natin dito yung physical attributes, yung format, tsaka yung visuals. Okay? And relative to that, meron tayong technical specification na dapat natin susundan. Since tayo ay nasa senior high school, ang ating grade level ay nasa 11 and 12, ang recommended na font ay Bookman Old Style. In terms of the font, okay, the point size, okay, for the section head or the body element, 14 siya. At saka naka-bold siya. Ang subheads naman ay naka-13 point at naka-bold. Ang body text naman ay 11. In terms of alignment, naka-justified siya. In terms of line spacing, pwede siyang from 1 to 1.15. And mind also na ang kulay na ginagamit for senior high school ay kulay pula. Here is an example for familiarity ng ating section head, ng body text, at saka ng subhead. For the purpose of the presentation, may kulay siya. Mayroong kulay pula, may kulay blue, may kulay green, at saka may kulay black. Yung kulay blue, okay, yan ay section head. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng may kulay na blue, ibig sabihin, ang font size niyan ay naka-adhere sa section head. On the other hand naman, yung naka-black naman siya, okay, the body text. At yung nakakulay pula naman ay subhead. Ibig sabihin, pag blue, ang font size na susundan ay section head. Kapag black naman, body text. At kapag red naman ay subhead. So with the different types of learning materials na ginagamit natin, we do have the modules or the same. Now, remember, pag sinabi mo module, we are creating learning material per competency. Kaya nga yung ating ADM provided by the central office, kung mapapansin ninyo, ang mga ADM materials, hindi pivot materials, kundi ADM, per competency, per module. Per module, per competency. Ibig sabihin, kung merong 15 competencies, meron din tayong 15 modules. Pero kapag pinagsama-sama mo ang modules, magiging workbook na siya. But there is what we call difference between module from workbook. Okay. For the workbook, ito yung kanyang nilalaman. We do have the introduction, the learning competency, the pre-assessment, the lesson proper, which compose of the following: review of the lesson, activity, mini lesson, enrichment. Then we do have generalization, application, post-assessment, additional activity, references, and answer key. When you are going to develop module, ito ang dapat nating makita. Okay? We have the 10 different parts. Tatandaan natin, ang module ay may pre-assessment, may post-assessment. Ang module ay per competency. On the other hand, pag sinabi nating workbook, ito ay per unit, per chapter. Kaya nga, yung module kapag pinagsama-sama mo siya into a certain chapter or unit, magiging workbook siya. Pero ang kinaibahan niya, when we talk about workbook, wala siyang pre-test. Wala rin siyang post-test. Okay? Introduction, lesson, practice exercises, review exercises, assessment, answer key. Yan. And before the introduction, nandoon na yung learning competency. Learning competency, then the introduction, lesson, practice exercises, review exercises, assessment, answer key. That's why, if you are going to compare yung module, may pre-assessment, may post-assessment. Ang workbook, walang pre-assessment. About lesson exemplar. Pag sinabi natin lesson exemplar, it is a model lesson. Model lesson. Ibig sabihin, the lesson itself was already evaluated and there are points of suggestions and comments already incorporated doon sa material. Now, we are looking doon sa mga lesson exemplars kasi itong mga lesson exemplars, ito yung mga model na lesson na pwede nating ipagamit sa ating mga kasamahan who are teaching the same subject. And when we talk about the lesson exemplar, mahalaga din na malaman natin ano yung kanyang mga nilalaman. Okay? Now, for the lesson exemplar, meron tayong title ng aralin, meron tayong competency, meron tayong mga layunin or objective, meron tayong balik-aral, paglalahad, pagtatalakay, pagyamanin, na pinaghati natin sa dalawa, gawin mo at subukan mo. Paglalapat, pagtataya, sanggunian, susi sa pagwawasto. Aside from the workbook, the work text, module, and lesson exemplar, we also have the learning activity sheets. Okay? Ito naman yung focus lamang siya doon sa performance task or sa activity task. But the thing here is that katulad ng module, ng workbook, ng lesson exemplar, meron din siyang mga bahagi. Una, meron siyang lesson title. Tapos, meron siyang learning competency. We have the learning content. And we do have the learning check. Which is yung learning check, yan yung ipapagawa natin sa ating mga estudyante. Okay? Yan. These are the following parts of the learning activity sheets. We have the title, we have the learning competency, we have the learning content, we have the learning check. Now, we also have handouts. Okay? Ito yung a review of the lessons na dineliver natin. It is a summary of the presented lessons na kung saan naka-outline yung important information relative to our topic and learning competency. About reading materials. Pag reading materials naman, it can be a story, it can be poem, and the like na ginagamit natin for beginning readers, for young readers, and independent readers. Kung gagawa tayo ng storybook, ang kinakailangan natin tingnan yung concept. What is the concept of the story? Ano yung storytelling style in terms of the plot and pacing, characterization, dialogue, and then the development of the theme, presentation standard. Mahalagang aspeto that for our senior high school learners, we can able to provide contextualized materials for reading. Especially, tayo ay nasa sa implementation ng Catch-Up Friday, wherein we really want to look into the availability of reading materials for our senior high school learners. If ever that we will be going to craft video-assisted lessons, tatandaan naman natin na meron tayong tinatawag na technical specifications that our video-assisted instructional materials dapat nagraran lamang siya, okay? Nagraran lamang siya from 5 to 10, okay? 5 to 10 minutes. Tapos, it contains school opening billboard, meron siyang learning competency, meron siyang lesson, at meron siyang post-assessment. Actually, the post-assessment, this is an optional. Ang mahalaga dito ay yung melts natin at yung pinaka bahagi ng ating magiging laman for our video. Sometimes, we also use slide decks. Okay? Kapag naman tayo gumagamit ng PowerPoint presentation, we have to ensure that we have to adhere to the technical specifications of the slide decks. Ano po? For grade 11 to grade 12, meron tayong dapat tingnan. Now, we have to use the Bookman Old Style. Ang subhead po natin ay 36 to 40. Ang body text po natin ay 32 to 36. Ang dimension naman ay at least 6 by 6 to 7 by 7. When we talk about 6 by 6, ibig sabihin 6 words sa isang line. And then sa slide deck naman ay 6 lines lang. What about for manipulatives? For manipulatives, we have to ensure na dapat meron tayong concept paper. Okay? Kinakailangan may concept paper. At ang concept paper natin, nandoon yung title, nandoon yung rationale of the manipulative, the melts included, the features or the picture, and then the mechanics, how it will be utilized. Mahalaga na dapat na i-adhere natin at meron tayong concept paper. And may I also request na sana yung concept paper ay isang piece, isang page lang siya. Then paki-acetate na lang, ay may paki-laminate siya. We do have the diorama. It's a 3-dimensional model. Okay? And since we do have materials to really visualize our concept, that we can use diorama. Ano? Yan. And when you are going to develop a certain diorama, same with the manipulatives, meron tayong concept paper. Yung concept paper natin, sasabihin ko nga uli, we do have the title, the rationale, the melts, the feature or pictures, and then the mechanics. Okay? So, with this, in your workshop, you have to decide what particular learning materials will be developed. You can have your module, you can have the SIM, you can have workbook, work text, you can have lesson exemplar, you can have learning activity sheets, storybook, reading materials, diorama, manipulatives. And at the end, after coming up with material, quality assurance should also take place. No? Mahalaga talaga na dapat naka-quality assured natin ang mga materials na na-develop natin. It is not it is not an excuse that kinakailangan natin gamitin yung materials kaya hindi natin ipapa-quality assure. It is not a question about your qualification as a writer, but we are looking the assurance that our learning materials na pag ginamit ito ng ating mga estudyante, walang error na mai-encounter natin in terms of content, in terms of language, in terms of layout and design, as well as yung social content. And with this, God bless everyone and thank you for allowing me to share the concept of the design and guidelines in crafting innovative learning materials. And if you do have questions, you can access the e-library for the utilization, and you can also send email when you do have questions in our official LR accounts. God bless everyone.